Background study.
Determine determine the level of English proficiency of students, Masters Technological Institute of Mindanao. Most of the students most of the students encountered various difficulties in learning or speaking English. The conventional problem faced by the students is the lack of vocabulary, while others are being afraid of making mistakes which hinder them to speak. According to Opitina and Lax, it was reported that the country literacy rate is high as 94% and 70% of the population are fluent in English, making the Philippines one of the largest English-speaking countries in the world. Suggested by Lasatin 2016 that teachers of the English language should pursue professional development and update themselves with new teaching methods in teaching the English language. According to Madronio, Martin, and Plata, Filipino English proficiency in the Philippines are also in other areas is declining. According to Iwashata et al. 2010, factors affecting English proficiency, it was identified with the number of studies are vocabulary and grammar. Next. Statement of the problem. Determine the socioeconomic profiles of the senior high school students in the terms of age, sex, grade level. Second, determine the level of English proficiency students as a gamad. Taas mo daw. Determine the English proficiency, the level of English proficiency of students. Evaluate the perception of students in terms of the following factors: learning attitude and motivation, learning opportunities, students' interests. The third is investigate the correlation of the following factors on the English proficiency of students: learning attitude and motivation, learning opportunities, students' interests. Significance of the study. The finding of this study can help the MTIM administration to create and improve more the curriculum programs so that the English proficiency of the students can improve too. This will be beneficial to the following stakeholders: MTIM administrator, parents and students, and future researchers. Thank you.
Scope and limitation. This study focuses in investigating the factors influencing English proficiency of students, particularly in MTIM. So, the target respondents of these studies are the ABM senior high school students of MTM, which comprise both grade 11 and grade 12 students. Convenience sampling procedure. Next. These are the theoretical framework of our study. The troublesome in pronunciation, errors in teaching English language, afraid of making mistakes, lack of knowledge in English language, lack of fluency in English language. Next. Conceptual frameworks. Independent, social economic project, learning attitude and motivation, learning opportunities, students' interest. Dependent, English proficiency, the output, Factors affecting level of English proficiency of high school students of MTIM school year 2020 to 2021. Next,
Bin Laden.
Methodology. Methodology. The sampling method used in this research is convenience sampling. Alemiarit in 2018. Descriptive statistics in determining the socioeconomic profile and determining the level of English proficiency. And investigating the correlation, the researcher used the correlation. The researchers will use primary data collection. Questionnaire is divided into two parts, and the questionnaire used in this study was divided into three parts. Next. These are flow procedure. Making the letter of consent addressed to the principal and respondents. Signing of the letter of consent by the principal. Giving the questionnaires through Google Docs from to respondents. Give the respondents time to answer the online survey questionnaire. Gather all the data. Next.
Summary of findings. So, based on the table, in terms of socioeconomic profile, the researchers found out that most of our respondents are 17 years old, more than half of the respondents. So, ano siya ang table sa age. So, sa sex, as we can see, mostly of our respondents are female, which is 63% or 62.8 grade level. Mostly of our respondents are from grade 12 students of MTIM, which is 64%, and the grade 11 is 36%. The level of English proficiency. As the table 4.6, it shows that the respondents have intermediate low with a percentage of 58%, which is proficiency score is 17 to 34, and a frequency of 50, which is intermediate low. Then, with a percentage of 42% and a frequency of 36, which is a beginner, and a proficiency score is 0 to 16. Rifat.
So ako na. Nabigay na sa akong net.
Oh, papa, papa.
The summary of findings. The relationship between the student level of English proficiency and learning attitude and motivation. So as you can see the table 4.10, the relationship between the student level of English proficiency and learning attitude and motivation. Okay. The relationship between the student level of English. So you can see the level of English. Uh, Motivation. Spearman level of English, RHO. Okay, next na. The relationship between student level of English proficiency students interest. So the Spearman RHO level of English correlation 1000 and the level of student interest is 2.85. Lastly, the results reveal the learning, motivation, and attitude as well as student interest are significant factors affecting the student's English proficiency. Meanwhile, there is no significant relationship between learning opportunities and English proficiency. Nakadugog mo guys. Nadugan ninyo guys.
Why
Okay,
go?
okay.
Why?
Final. So, lastly, the conclusion. The study rejects the no null hypothesis of learning attitude and motivation and student interest. However, other factor it is learning opportunity does not reject the null hypothesis for the variable learning variable. Learning attitude and motivation affect learning attitude and motivation affect the level of English proficiency of the student at 5% level of significance. Also, student interest is significant to English proficiency at 1% level of significance. However, other factor is learning opportunity has no significant relationship with English proficiency. Can you hear me, guys?
And for the
Guys.
recommendation, teachers to think the best possible way to how to catch the attention of the students by giving fun or exciting activities. You may capture the student attention. Um, Risha, katong pikas. Kaduha man ni.
Sabi na kayo na sa ulit.
Enter in administrator.
Katong first na recommendation. Kana. Ato isa.
by MTM administrator.
Katong isa pa. Ana. Recommendation, parents, this study recommends to the parents to encourage their children
So the
how important
recommendations,
English language to their future,
to
especially
take the
in
best
looking for a job or finding opportunities
recommendation.
ac-
Uh,
across.
so parents,
Future
For
researchers. This study may serve as a basis for the future researchers in pursuit of researching similar areas. They could modify the study by adding more variables such as parents' educational attainment, language anxiety, and peer influence. They could also employ other statistical methods. MTIM administrator to implement programs and seminars that help to mold the motivation of students in learning English.
for parents recommendation, explain ko lang mama. For parents who encourage their children to understand English more, especially if they are looking for a job in their countries, because speaking English is really required. And for the future researchers, this research may serve as basis to the future researchers. They could modify the study by adding more variables, educational attainment, language, anxiety, and peer influence. Back.